Welcome back to BR163 on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 14 of our South American adventure with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we are hoeing? Yes, we're hoeing, I think. Maybe. Well, it's weeding, isn't it, at the end of the day? It just depends on what it is you're using. These always throw me when you're doing it on a field where you have got a crop that's been planted and there are weeds, but you can't. I mean, you can see the crop. It's fine. It's all good. I've got a few contracts I'm going to be doing, picking up, getting a few bits done. I think it's mostly at the moment because of the time of year, as crops seem to be going into the ground. I haven't had many planting or seeding contracts themselves. But we seem to be getting a lot of weeding, hoeing, that kind of stuff. I've picked up a couple of fertilising contracts as well. So yeah, we'll do a few of these, and then I think I'm still aiming by the end of this episode to get the coffee greenhouse in. We're going to do some coffee beans. I think that's the plan because I've been thinking about stuff. I love using different equipment. This is so cool. We are tracked. I've got to go across this road without getting hit by something. I don't want to look. We're fine. We got a big old weeder harrow type thing on the back, I guess. So anyway, I've been thinking. I think I've had a few comments and bits and bobs about Let's Plays and what to do next and where to go next, and people are asking me, am I going to be doing a series when the expansion comes out and that kind of stuff. I think I am, because it's a new map. I want to do the map tour, I want to experience the map, I want to try the fishing, I want to try the fisheries. Of course I do. Not just because people say, oh, you're only doing it because you're a shield for giants, you're only doing it because because it's content for your channel. No, I love playing the game. I genuinely love playing the game. If that hasn't come across over the years, I don't know what has. And that is, I mean, look at all the new stuff that's going to be in there. If you don't like doing the fishery stuff, don't do the fishery stuff. But there's a new crop type. Oh yeah, onions. If you watch the stream at the weekend, you'll know about that. I'll probably talk about it a little bit later. But yeah, I'm genuinely excited to play, and we're less than a month away. So what do? People are asking, am I going to do Saxlingham? So I'm in the process of doing this. Saxlingham's come out, and in less than a month, Kinlaid comes out. I don't know. I've got to make some decisions about what I'm going to do, I guess. Yeah. We'll see. I am just heading back out from the farm. It's 11:50. As you've seen, we've got some contracts done. I'm considering, because like I said about doing the various different sort of more South American things. Corn's a big one as well. Corn crops. I've left the grass over on that field for the time being to grow. We'll do another cut out of that and we'll get hay. Whether we'll do hay bales or loose hay, I haven't decided. It's about bale storage. Although by the time that's ready to go, I would imagine our silage bales will be ready to sell, and we'll probably sell, I reckon, maybe half of them. We'll see what we get for that. I'm trying to build the money back up again with contracts. We've got another contract that's just popped up for another hoeing contract, which is great. I did take the fence out. I don't know if anyone noticed. I took the fence out when I was doing all of our mowing to make our silage bales. I was mowing everything I could get my hands on, which I've done before. Nothing unusual with that. Why am I driving the pickup? Well, oh, that's what I need to do as well. Thank you to the people that have reached out and sent me messages and stuff. There was a bit of wheel slip on the Unimog, and to be fair, I use the Alliance tyres, or Alliance, depends how you want to Alliance. I use the Alliance tyres because they're new. I thought, oh, they look really cool, they're really nice, but to be fair, they're not really, not to say they're not really an agricultural tyre, they're a little bit smoother. We needed something a little bit more knobbly for field work, so I might change the tyres out on those. But it's also mentioned, well, I think when I initially bought the Unimog, you probably don't need the pickup anymore, and it's galling because I absolutely love this mod. I just, again, let's just stop and have a look at this. Just look at the level of detail. That actually looks pitted. The rust, the patina, the suspension travel, it's a brilliant, it is a really, really cool bit of kit. But to be fair, this has got a hitch on the back, it's got a rear bed, which is what the Unimog has. I've got that on the Unimog now. I've got a 3-point on the back and a bed, and this is just sitting. It's not doing anything. It's, you know, it's not worth mega money. I'm not going to, I'm not going to sell this and retire, but I might as well sell it because it is just sat there. So while we're doing that, I'm going to come over and we've got another contract. I think the first 2 contracts that I showed at the start of the video, it was just the completion of, and that was 2 fertilising contracts. And one of the fertilising contracts was on this field just here. We now have a hoeing contract for this field just here. So I thought, rather than just be that kind of thing and me going, oh, by the way, I sold the pickup, as soon as I'm driving down doing it anyway. And also I get to play with some more equipment, which is cool. I think it's another MB track we've got, I think. I'm also now, I just started off saying about the crop type. So yeah, corn, big one, cotton, big one. We've got sugarcane in the ground. I think I'm going to do some coffee. I'm going to do some coffee. Why not? But I'm not going to do it's a greenhouse, but I'm not going to do it with pallets. I'm going to do it loose. And then what we'll do is, if we earn enough money, because we can just sell the coffee as it is to local coffee producers. But if at some point we decide, actually, you know what, let's put in a roasting house, we can do our own special roast, if we want. No, there we go. What are we going to get for this? Not a huge amount of money. That's all right. Yeah. I'm sure it said 20 grand. Maybe I dreamt that, potentially. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's set our pickup. Doesn't mean I've got to walk back. You also saw, was I talking? I'm trying to think, because I did some recording the other evening, and my kids were in here chatting to me, and I was doing some of the contract work, so I had my mic muted, but I might have done a voiceover now. Yeah, potentially I've done a voiceover on it. So you probably already, yeah. Well, I've probably already talked about it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm racking my brains here because obviously I probably need to buy some more land. Oh yeah, it was about the bridge, wasn't it? I was just going to say, yeah, I probably talked already about the bridge. So we've taken the last of what's required for the beams I'm assuming we're going to need concrete slabs. I can't remember. I'd have to find the message from Richard because he did lay out in that all the things that were required. But it's coming along. You know, at the end of the day, it is coming along. Yeah. So again, however you feel about it, yeah. I'm enjoying playing on here, and I'm just enjoying playing. That's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes you kind of, and I get it. I've had people mention me say, "Oh, I haven't really played it for a while," or people have gone back to FS22. Some people have jumped off and played other games, and they come back to it every now and again. Some people have said, "Oh, after the last update, not the one that we had the other day, but the one before that, I've had a lot of problems." So what they'll do is they'll wait for an update. When the update goes live, they'll come back on and try it. If the problem they were having is fixed, they'll come back and play it. And I get it, I really do. You know, if this is if you're playing games when you get in from work or whatever, whenever you're playing them, because you want to enjoy it, you want to have fun, you want to engage with it. If there's a lot of problems, it's far easier to just say, you know what, I'm going to go and play something else for a bit. You know, I get it, I really do. And sometimes you can kind of fall out of love with it. You get a little bit kind of, I don't know. So it's that thing of, and I know people have been saying it for years, you know, just you do you play what you're playing, enjoy it, you know. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes not that it's never been a chore. You know, it's not a chore because I'm playing a computer game, but you know what I mean. We're on the right field, aren't we? Drop that down. I'm definitely putting GPS on. Because doing this, because we're hoeing, not weeding, this is a sort of preventative type thing. There are a few little bits here and there, but not that many. You can just about see them. It's much, oh yeah, you can see more there. It's harder. Swap out, we'll have a look. I was just saying that and I saw loads and now I can't see any. Yeah, it's much harder to see, oh there you go. It's much harder to see the weeds when you've got a crop in the ground, when you've got a slightly thicker crop. So if I didn't have the GPS on, remembering where I've been already is a lot trickier. It's a lot harder to do. And again, I like doing it this way as well, doing the contracts. I know I said this in the last episode, and I probably said it at the start of this episode as well. Because normally if I've got weeds now, it's just, you know what, I'm going to get liquid herbicide, I've got my sprayer, I'm going out and wallop and I'm just spraying them, you know. I don't tend to, so I've made no bones about the fact I've never been a big fan of weeds, never been a big fan of them. I don't tend to go down the, you know, oh, they're small weeds, I'll go and get this. You know, I'll get a hoe, I'll get a weeder, I'll get, you know, just wallop. And I know this is better for them and that kind of thing. Even though you're doing spot application when you're using the herbicide, depending on what spray you're using, of course, you can do spot application, which is far better. Obviously, removing weeds manually is the much better way of doing it, I guess. So, yeah, this is a fairly big field. It's going to take a little while, but again, I just thought, you know, while I'm doing it, and I'm going to contemplate if I am going to do a coffee greenhouse, where am I going to put it? And I also can't remember whether or not it requires seed and fertiliser. If it does require fertiliser, you can bet your life it's going to be solid fertiliser and not liquid fertiliser. Because liquid fertiliser I'm making, that would be perfect. If it's solid fertiliser, I'm probably going to buy some bits maybe. Once this gets up and chugging, there we go. Now we're cooking. While we're in it, let's have a look and see what we got with regard to any more larger contracts come up. No, this is the biggest one that was available at the moment. We might get some more, and if we do, great. We'll probably get weeds in our sugarcane field, won't we? Because we didn't plough it. So potentially we'll get weeds. Right. I'll see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's been a while. Well, hasn't for you during this episode, obviously, but it's been a while for me. As I say, almost every episode. Things happen. Life happens. All sorts of things. Maps, mods, life. Oh, we did the charity stream. Oh, yes, that's what we need to talk about. The charity stream. I've come down to collect pallets. I've moved, because I've been moving those 2 forklift trucks around. One of them's got to go all the way back. I've swapped over the one from the main store. I wasn't really using the one in the main store. Actually, let's back into here. Actually, while we're down here, I think I'm going to pick up some concentrate as well for my liquid fertiliser. So, the charity event. I just want to thank everybody. I know I mentioned it a few times. But everyone that took part, everyone that joined in, everyone that was in the chat, everyone that donated. Cannot thank you enough. It turned out we had one minor hiccup. I was doing a live interview with Mr. Tom Pemberton. If you've watched my channel a while, you'll know I'm a big fan of Tom Pemberton. And he graciously said he would join because he is a farmer host for the charity, which was awesome, absolutely awesome. He had to go and pick his son up, and he was supposed to be on at 2 o'clock. So I obviously got all prepped and I'm ready to go on the stream, and you know it's all looking good. And 2 o'clock came and went, and he didn't join the I had like a Teams call, Teams meeting, didn't join. So I was just filling time a little bit, you know, just until he joined. 5 past, 10 past, still didn't join. I was like, oh no. The stream had been going so well to that point. I was like, I'm starting to panic now. And I got a message from one of the ladies of the charity saying, don't worry, he's on his way. And his message says just held up a little bit. But when he came on, he was brilliant. I mean, such a gracious guy and friendly, and he knows how to work a crowd as well. You know, we did our chat, we did a little bit of an interview. He then said, oh, I tell you, he said we can answer some questions from people in the chat. If anyone's got questions, they can ask me anything. And he answered a load of questions. He was just brilliant, really, really good. So yeah, can't thank him enough as well for taking part. It was awesome. But on the stream, on my stream, because it was 3 parts, we had what is going on here? Why isn't this? Am I catching the actual? What am I catching? We had Farm Sim Guy, we had Car Tech, Farm Sim Snowy, Farmer Sim, we had Omatana, we had the Average Viking, we had Jaden, we had the Modder Yoss. I always said the Modder Yoss. Omatana's a modder as well, modder, map maker, YouTuber. I think Yoss mainly just does mods. I don't think he actually has a channel. I'm going to miss someone, aren't I? Who am I missing in all of that? But it was brilliant. It was such a laugh. We did all sorts of events. The stream's still up. If you want to catch the stream, if you want to have a look and see what was going on, you can. And yeah, so I think in the end I did from 1 till 5:30, I think, because at the end of my stream I interviewed the CEO of the trust as well, Jill Attenborough. That was awesome. She sent me a box of apples because her farm is actually, that's interesting. How do I move? I can't remember now. Got to move that. There we go. Move the carriage a little bit. Yeah, her farm, her husband's farm. They're a fruit farm. They've got apple orchards. So she sent me a box of apples, various different ones, different flavour profiles, different shapes and sizes. One of them, when you cut it open, was completely, the inside was completely like blood red, like a blood orange kind of thing, but an apple. I've never seen an apple like it. It was incredible. So she was fun. Then Farmer Cop took over. He did from 5:30 to 7. Then we all went and joined on his, so he wasn't on his own doing it, but he was hosting. Then from 7 to 9, it was Farm Sim Guy and Argsy. And then we all jumped on and joined him, or them, should I say. So I think I streamed then, yeah, so I was on, streaming and then playing from 1 through till 9:30, I think it was in the end. Just awesome. The better news in all of that is that the Country Trust had set a target, and they said, you know, because I was panicking, I thought, what if we don't come anywhere near the target? What if we don't reach it, you know? And they said, look, just go on, have fun. It's the first one we'll have ever done with the charity and, you know, the farm sim community. We could end up making it an annual thing. If we do, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But if not, it's the first one. We'll see how it goes, you know. So they've set the target at 6,000. To date, today, we've raised 7,320 something pounds. absolutely awesome. So thank you to everyone. Now, talking on that as well, if you're watching this and you didn't watch the stream, if you don't watch my mod reviews, because I mentioned it on the mod review as well, part of doing all that was Giant Software donated to the charity 200 PC codes for the game, keys. I don't know if they were Steam keys, I can't remember what they were. But anyway, yeah. So on the website, when you go to donate on the charity's Tiltify page for the charity event, they had a rewards scheme. So it was basically, if you donated £30, because the premise of it all was £30 gets a child out to a farm. Every £30 will get a child out to a farm. That was sort of the thing. So we were trying to get a child, some children. Then it was like, can we get whole classes? Can we get, you know, what are we going to aim for? So if you donated £30, you could pick up a Steam key. So if you were going to donate anyway and thought, you know what, I'm going to donate, I'll donate £30, let's get a child out to a school, you could take a PC code if you wanted a PC code. Now the stream's over, my way of looking at it is this. They are still there, there's the Tiltify thing's still up and still available. So my way of looking at it is this. You may not have been wanting to or going to donate to the charity on the day or anything. However, we've still got, I think, 160 odd codes left. Not as many people took codes as I thought they would. And again, I know anyone watching, Giants only sent the Trust PC codes. They didn't send any console codes. I don't know why. They just didn't send any, because I thought we'd be sent so that we could do giveaways. But they sent them to the Trust. The Trust put them into their thing, and that's how it's been set. And then once you make your donation, you put all your information in, and within 5 to 7 days of the stream ending, they'll send you your key out. That's how it's been done at their end. I've had nothing to do with it. I didn't get, the keys weren't sent to me or anything. They were just sent straight to the Trust. So my way of looking at it now is, if you want to pick up a cheaper copy of the game, at the moment, if you go onto the FarmSim website, it's $49.99. So you're getting a bit of a discount. So why not? It's a win-win. If you jump onto the links in the description, if you jump onto the charity giving page, go down to where it says rewards and it mentions the PC codes, donate £30 and you get a copy of the game. You know, if you don't want it, don't have to. Of course you don't. If you want to pick up a cheaper copy, if you haven't got it yet, or you want to pick up a key for somebody else, or whatever it might be, why not? So yeah, links in the description if you want to do that. But anyway, all of that to say, yeah, we raised over £7,000. I'm blown away and cannot thank all of you enough for your support, generosity and kindness. It is absolutely awesome. So, pallets, I think, do we just put them all in here, or should I just store some to one side? What's what to do here? We'll put them in. Why not? There you go. That's that done. So what we'll do while we're here, and I was saying this earlier on, we're going to put in a room with a brew. Let's put in a coffee greenhouse, which is what we're talking about. So it's water and fertiliser, but I can't remember, like I say. I'll need to get some more concentrate anyway, because we're running low over there. I've set that running again just in case. What I also did was, because I thought when this filled up, I did a fertilising contract. I've got another fertilising contract to do, actually, haven't I? Yes, I have. Got a fertilising contract to do. All the bales have gone from there. Did I mention that earlier? I can't remember now. All the bales are gone. They're all into storage, and we're waiting on the fermentation of our silage bales, which we will then sell some of. I don't think we're going to sell all of. So yeah, this is up and running again, and we might be. Oh yeah, we're full again. There we go. So yeah, what I've been doing, I was filling up the fertiliser trailer and then unloading it, because once it's unloaded I can put some to the side here as well. So each of these is 2,000 litres, and they're you know, so it increases the capacity of this, because that hasn't increased the capacity of that, but it means I can produce stuff and then put it out, move it to one side, so that I can keep this chugging away and I've got stuff sat. Anyway, all that being said, so what I'm thinking is, when I cut all the trees down when I was doing my logging, I've got some gaps here, and I thought, could we squeeze a coffee greenhouse in either this gap here or this gap here? That one might be a better one, mightn't it? Because then we're not right next to the shed. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Let's get a coffee greenhouse in. We've got some options here with this as well. We don't have to do pallets. We can do loose coffee. We're going to do our own special blend. It's going to be blend 163. We haven't got a roaster yet. We may move down the route of doing a roaster at some point, but to start off with, I think we're just going to do coffee. We'll get coffee beans. And if we do decide to get a roaster, we could then roast, but then we've got to find where we're going to put that. I'm going to wait on my sugarcane to grow, and we might put some cows in. The goats are doing really well. There has been a lot of talk. Actually, let's put this in first while I'm doing this. There has been a lot of talk. People mentioning, no, factories is what I want. Oh, not factories. What am I talking about? Greenhouses. Where are we? Right. So this one here. Coffee greenhouse output pallet spawner, coffee greenhouse output silo pipe. I think the silo pipe might be easier. Same price, same slot count. Oh yes, it is liquid fertilizer, water and yeah. Is it? Yes, it is. I need it that way around, don't I? If we're going to do this like that, can I fill in that gap? Oh, there you go. Hang on. Bang on 10,000. If I do it there, we're right by the edge. Are we blocking anything? We are a little bit, aren't we? Mind you, if I go back a bit, we can override that thing, can't we? Maybe. Should we do it about there? Could have twisted it a bit, maybe. Okay, we can do a bit of landscaping around that. So, a room with a brew. So we can take our beans out of here rather than pallet spawning because we haven't got more pallets coming. So technically, yes, whilst a greenhouse, we're not doing more pallet production. That's how I'm getting around it. I assume everything will just go in the front here, will it? I wonder if we can do it with. Let's see if we can just bring over one of these. Oftentimes, when these things happen, you can't. They don't always let you do it from these containers, IBCs. Sometimes it has to be from a tanker. I don't know, and again, it depends whereabouts this has to be done. Is it over here at the front? Or is this at the back? Water at the front? Could be at the back here, couldn't it? Don't know. Hasn't taken that. It is liquid fertilizer, I'm sure it is. Am I losing my mind? Oh dear. Is that because I forced the placement of it, maybe? Let's have a quick look in here. Where's our thing? There we go. Yeah, liquid fertilizer. 3,000 litres water. 30,000 litres. We'll bring the water thing over. We'll fill that up. I've just got to work out where this goes. 220 to 500. Whoa! That's cool. I guess at some point we could always put in a little coffee house, maybe down in the town or something. But that would be further down the line. I just thought, why not? I know it's interesting because I was talking to, who was I talking to at the weekend? I can't remember. Hang on, let's double check this. Right. That's there. It's just showing as liquids. It's going to have to be in a tanker, isn't it? That's what it's going to do. It's not showing anything at the back, is it? No. Oh. That's really annoying, isn't it? So I'm going to have to drain the water tanker. Well, I suppose I'll get a second tanker that I can just put this in. I've lost my thread again now. What was I talking about? I was talking to someone at the weekend. What was I talking to someone at the weekend about? Oh, I was just having a conversation about Saxlingham. Apparently, the opinion is I shouldn't. Not that I shouldn't be on this, but I should jump on and do something on Saxlingham before Highlands Fishing comes out. Let's get the water tanker. Put that in. I don't know how people feel. How do people feel about that? Should I be doing that? Let's do that like that. Get that turned back off. Potentially. Actually, should I get another tanker? What we got available? Just thinking. We could always do that one again if we want a little bit more capacities. We could go with... Where was it? That one there. That one there we can go either 7,000 or 200,000 litres, or that one had a selection, didn't it? I think I used this one on Sunshine Forest 2 times, so 20,000 litres, 100,000 litres. Yeah, I went 100, didn't I? 250. Should we do? Does that take everything? Let me just double check that. That's probably not a bad idea. We'll have ourselves a liquid fertiliser tanker, and if I go with 2 times, it's not too expensive, is it? 15 grand. How are we looking money wise? Yeah. Why not? A couple of contracts, we can pay that off. We'll leave wheel brand as it is. We'll set up drawbar rotation. Now we can change this if we want to. If you don't like swivel axles, you can have it no rotation, slight and whatever. So it reduces the amount of movement of that drawbar when you're reversing, which makes life a bit easier. Leave that standard brands. Do that. I'm not too bothered about that. Rear light design, we'll leave as that. That's interesting. Rear light design. US, EU, oh, it's those. And that one is... Oh, okay, fair enough. Rear hitch, yeah, well, it might as well, doesn't it? Tough one, does it? Their main colour will go for a more metallic-y, I guess. Can we do that and that and that? Did that make any difference? I don't think it did it? Maybe there's not a metallic option. Harvest Moon Silver. Maybe. Frame will leave the same, and then we'll go... Oh, we'll leave them like that. Design colour. Inner rim, outer rim. No, we'll leave it the same. License plate, no. Should we buy it? Let's buy that. Right, I'm always down and get that. And then we can see if we can put our liquid fertiliser in and then put the liquid fertiliser in using that. Oh, actually, that's what I was going to do as well. I was going to change the tyres, wasn't I? I'll do that while we're here. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, the conversation was had about saxoning them, and then it was mentioned about Let's Plays, about talking about Let's Plays and things I've been doing on Let's Plays recently. And I was saying, it's you know, I've always said that it's the maps that make gameplay different, customise, and that we don't want Alliance then. Do we go Michelin? Trelleborg are a bit more knobbly, aren't they? Continental, yeah. That if you think about, I did well recently. We did Prairie Farms, Michigan, which was a big open American sort of style, big machinery equipment, that kind of stuff. And we built up, got quite a bit of stuff. Sunshine Forest was more predominantly forestry and pioneering, building our own stuff, and it was a very different style, no contract work or anything like that. We moved from Sunshine Forest to here, South American style stuff. I'm doing South American type crops. Each one has varied quite dramatically with the landscape, with the place, wherever it is. BKT, Freystein, Nokian. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think I might go Michelin for the time being. They look a little bit more knobbly, don't they? But not overly. Yes, let's do that. Customise. No price. Cool. Oh, nice and clean now. We've got a fresh set on. I mean, they're not as knobbly. I suppose we could switch out to Trelleborgs if we needed to. So yeah, and it's a very different style, isn't it? And that's what I keep saying, is depending on where you're farming. The map dictates the machinery, the equipment, and it's you that then dictates, do you decide you're going to run it and try and use either period correct equipment or equipment that's correct for the location. You don't have to, of course you don't. And you can mix and match it, you can blend it up, you know. Some stuff might be a little bit, you know, do they use this stuff? Kind of, we can get away with it. Or you might decide it doesn't matter. You know, I'm playing it the way I want to play it. I want to use this type of equipment on this type of map. That's absolutely fine as well. So yeah, you know, it has been very different. So I think if I moved over to Saxlingham, When was the last time we were on a British map? I'm trying to think. That style of map, anyway. What did I do before Prairie Farm? Riverbend. We went from Riverbend to Prairie Farm. I'm racking my brains now. And Saxon is it's a beautiful map. It's a cracking map. It's that thing I said. I think when I did the map tour, I want to kind of grab an old Massey and maybe start out doing that. We've got an old Massey Ferguson, and we've just noticed the traffic goes down both sides on here. Didn't notice that before. Yeah, maybe run some old gear and just it's more about on that one as well. It's more about the map. I know it's about the farming as well. You know. I don't know. I do like it, and we haven't got that long really. What are we today? It's the 14th. Wow. Okay. And the new version or the expansion comes out on the 4th of November. So yeah, we're less than a month away from it coming out. So if I was to jump on and do Saxon, it would be probably a short, or this could end up being a short run series. If I jump ahead and we get, so all I wanted to do on it was sugarcane. I wanted to do a sugarcane harvest, do some Southern American style stuff, have a go. So again, that's what I was talking about. That's why I was doing coffee. And then with yeah, Saxon could be a shorter run, and we could also from there we could put up a little sign that says "Gone fishing," you know, that kind of thing. Don't know. Just thinking out loud. Right, let's go and get these. I'll do the water, get that done, and we'll see if we can get the liquid fertiliser done. And then where are we at? I'm not too sure. This has been a more contracty type episode, hasn't it, really? Just building up the money a little bit more. Getting a few bits and bobs here and there. We'll see how fast the coffee thing runs. Would I put this second one? It's only 10 grand actually for another greenhouse. It's just finding the space, isn't it, to put them in without buying extra land. I'm trying to squeeze everything in onto the land we've got already at the moment. And then we'll go and check on the bridge build, because obviously I need to keep earning enough money that I can pay for the components that are required for the bridge build. Because I do want to get a bridge, one of the bridges built by the end of this series as well. Yeah, we'll see. Water is in. I just dumped this. I didn't actually stop and see if it would work. So it only takes 3,000 litres anyway, so both of these will actually work. With a little bit to spare. So can I do it from there? Yeah, cool. Awesome, we'll take that over. Bit of landscaping, should do that while we're here. So what do we want? We want to go to there, and we want the red texture. Which one have I been using though? I can't remember. Is it that one or that one? Do a small bit and double check. Nope, that's not red enough. That looks better, doesn't it? Yeah. That'll work, won't it? That's cool. Put a bit around that. Right there. Then that will just leave us grass, I guess. Don't need to do anything around the back, do we? Maybe add a bit of grass around the back of here. If we go to our grass, the shortest, or do I want to go with the next one up? Oh, that'll work. That'll work. Let's go with that. Oops. Might put a little bit inside there, which was not what I was intending. Cool, that'll do. Right. Boom. there we go. Cool. Now 2,000 litres. Park that there. Let's get this rolling. Oh, there you go. Already 1 litre. I think this is actually going to run fairly fast. That's quite cool. I mean, it looks, depends what angle you look at it from, but often they look quite, that almost looks like there's moisture on the inside, doesn't it? Bit of condensation while stuff's growing. I don't know if I've ever noticed that in a greenhouse before. Probably should have done. Or is that just specific to this? That looks really good. That's cool. Anyway, there we go. So, greenhouse in. That's done. Other bits and bobs are done. That was all finished. We're waiting for that to grow. Next job's going to be, while this is growing, once we've got enough grass, I think I'm going to cut that, ted that, make hay. We'll check on, I guess it's going to be, what's that showing? Still round bale, straw, round bale, grass. Then what should happen is once they're ready and done, that should then be saying round bale silage, which potentially should be tomorrow. Because I'm on 1 day month, so there's no reason why it wouldn't be. We'll check the contracts one more time just to see how we're looking. Anything, stone picking one there. But we've got that one there, 7,791, fertilising field 72, which is just north of, just north of where we are. Sun glinting off the back. Let's grab our fertiliser spreader. Actually, I'm just thinking, have I got anything in it, or do I empty it all out? That would be just typical. I was going to go and get another thing, wasn't I? Oh, I can pick that up later. I need to move that forklift from where it was loading the pallets up to the little consumable shop. How are we looking? Oh no, we got some in here. Cool. And we shall finish on the fertilising, and then see how we go. I need to make a decision about saxling. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I should shift over and do some saxling and stuff? I'll probably skip ahead on this, time-wise, because like I say, I want to see the bridge complete, and I want to do some sugarcane. So potentially bridge and sugarcane, and then we can switch over, I guess. I know lots of people have already done saxling Let's Plays. People are already on saxling at the moment. A few people said when I did the map tour, oh, I'd really love to see you do a Let's Play on here. So let me know. I wouldn't mind, of course. We are slightly more knobbly on the tyres, so as far as field work goes, we shouldn't have as much wheel slip. I didn't notice it too badly when we were doing the work the other day, but a couple of people put in the comments they'd noticed it was a bit of wheel slip, and maybe I should think about changing the tyres. So there we go. Let's open this up. Ah, that's a good point. What are we set on? God, my throat's going. I can't remember what we're on. Do that, that, and that. Have I got an automatic? No, we're still on 12. That's good. Okay. And away we go. Awesome stuff. Apologies again for the delay. I'll be honest with you, while I'm finishing this off, the lead up to doing the charity event, I was so stressed, so strung out, and that was all self-imposed. It was I was just so worried about it not working, not going well, not raising enough money for the charity. I was worried how it would be perceived, you know. You want to do the best you can. You want it to be good, you know. You see people doing live streaming events and charity stuff online. I know my daughter's boyfriend's done a few of them now. And there's always different things. And we had, I don't know if I mentioned as well, you know, the stream is still available for you to watch if you want to. They did a poll. There were a couple of polls running. And the polls were, will MrSealyp eat a carrot or an onion? And you could go into the poll and you can make a donation for your vote on the poll. As to which one I'd eat. And it seemed rather obvious to me which one I was going to end up eating, because people just like to see misery and and people suffer. And that's it, as it turned out, because that was only running till 4 o'clock, and then the poll would end. And for carrots, so thank you to all the carrot people that donated. I think we were at, it was over £250 or £300, I think it was, for me to eat carrots. Eat a carrot. £1,450 had been donated in there for me to eat an onion. So there's this lovely bit in the stream where I crunch into this onion. Oh man, that was repeating on me for hours. That's all I could taste. Even the following morning, I had dinner when we finished the stream, and all I could taste, I brushed my teeth, that was nothing. No onion, just. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted it to be right. I wanted it to work. I wanted people to have fun. I was worried not enough people would join me in the stream. That turned out absolutely fine. More than enough people, and they were all absolutely brilliant. I have to say, headliner of the whole thing, Yoss. Liftable, Pallets and Bales mods, Yoss. That, you know, Faster Than Light and loads of other mods, obviously. He was hilarious, bonkers, but brilliant. It was great fun. So yeah, I was, you know, I was a little bit kind of, and once the stream started, it all kind of just slotted into place. Everything worked, and as it's turned out, it was absolutely well worth every hour of prep time, every minute of lost sleep worrying about it, all that kind of stuff. It was absolutely worth it. So anyway, again, thank you to all of you. I'm buzzing. It was awesome. So there we go. That is the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.